Hi, my name is Sean Mabry. I'm a writer, and today's writing advice is to keep it in the family. Now, let me explain what I mean by that. I was working on the outline for my next Amelia story, which is a series of stories I've been writing up on the blog, which are going really well. I love how these are turning out. But like I said, it's a story series. I'm getting kind of late into the series, going to try to wrap it up pretty soon. But as I was planning this next story in that series, I had the temptation, I even started kind of outlining a version of the story where, without going into too much detail, especially because I don't want to spoil it for those of you that haven't read through the series yet, basically I was about to introduce not just another character, but a character who represents a whole different faction in the story who's going to come and interfere in a certain way. And as I was looking at this, I was like, there's some fun stuff I could do with this. There's some fun stuff I could do with this character and this, this kind of other faction that they represent. But then I remember, just this, I guess, inner wisdom came through and just kept telling me, no, Sean, keep it in the family. Keep it in the family. And this is something I've kind of learned through my own accumulated mistakes and from, watching other, really successful writers in the craft, is that when you're telling a story, almost any problem that you run into as the writer, as the person telling the story, when you're anywhere outside of Act 1 or just the first half of the story, if whether or not you believe in act structure, I do. Once you're past that first chunk where you've introduced all the main characters, you really almost never want to solve the problem by introducing a new character or by creating a new bit of world building. Because even if you do it well, even if that character is fully fleshed out and really fascinating, and this extra piece of the world that you bring in, even if that's really well thought out and well planned, even in the best case scenario, when you do that late in the story, in the second half or even last third, you're diluting the emotional impact of the story, because those characters that the reader has been following from the beginning or close to the beginning, they're the family now. They're the characters that your reader has the deepest connection to. Those are the characters that they are most curious about. They are the characters that, if something happens to those characters, good or bad, if those characters do something good or bad, it's way more likely that the reader's going to care. And so with the story that I'm outlining now, I found a way. It's like, okay, well, I was going to try to solve the problem this way by introducing this new character. Well, what can I do with sticking only with the characters I've introduced so far? And I started thinking from that angle, and sure enough, I came up with an outline I'm still hammering out, but ultimately I know it's going to be a much better story. For one, it's going to be a lot more tense and dramatic and, have real action in it. And, it's going to have higher stakes for the characters, and ultimately, for people who have been reading the series from the beginning, it's going to be a lot more relevant than introducing some new character and having all the fun of, world building that, but really kind of sacrificing the story in the process. So keep it in the family, especially when you're late into your story or late into your outline for your plot. That's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you all next week. Bye.